Hello, Shelly. This is me. I am you. I'm recording this because we seem to have amnesia from time to time. So here it is. Always keep this recorder with yourself. Never lose it because it's always useful for you. This is like a tape recorder from your own self to yourself to help you remember, because I think I understand how my own self feel when I don't have anything to hang on to. So first thing, just keep this recording with yourself, okay? Then next is, please stay hidden. First thing you have to do is look around and see if you're in a safe place. Don't tell anybody about yourself. Generally, just don't speak. Unless it's in immediate danger, of course. Use very, very, very basic language, like if you're in a danger, just use help, somebody help me. Don't talk so much about yourself at all. Don't say specific things. Don't talk too long to anybody. And if you feel like you're shaking, like you're vibrating and shaking, and something's about to happen, move to a quiet place. I would recommend to go to a toilet and close the cubicle and lock it so that you are safe in a quiet place. You don't want to be found out. So first of all, your name, or our name, is Shelly Jensen, and we are 32 years old, and we're from New York. Our parents are Robert and Patricia Jensen, and they don't know what I'm about to tell you. And now, currently, as I'm recording this, we are in New York, and it's August 2nd. Yes, and in the current year is 2020. And now I'm going to tell you the first fact that is real. We are not imagining it. It is real. Number one fact. We are time travelers. We travel through time. The first time we found out that we are a time traveler, we accidentally traveled back in time. When we were 18 years old, we went to 1951 in Florida. It was strange. I think that the first time it was because we were being chased by a dog or something, and 1 minute we were running, and the next we were just standing still in the middle of a city. And it was Florida, 1951. Just like a movie set. It was very vibrant, like strange colors. And everybody was just wearing those vintage clothes. And like the hairstyle and everything. You could just tell it was real. It was real time, real life that you were in there. Since then we didn't travel back to 1951. I wish we stayed a bit longer, just at least enjoy a little, but we didn't. We stayed only about 1 hour, and we did stand out because we were wearing modern jeans and a plaid shirt, which was very loose, and we were wearing some eyeliners, and so that's what happened. People started staring at us, and luckily we were walking towards an alley when we were about to change. That's what the vibration means, like when you start to shake, you just know that something's about to change and happen. What do you do is go to a quiet place, whether it be a dark alley, try to avoid cameras, go to a toilet. That's why. And so 1951 people did stare at us, so you don't want to be found out. I don't think I changed the history. I tried to find any strange histories yet. I haven't found anything. So that's the first time we traveled. I didn't know what was going on at first, so we were really stressed out. We tried to tell our parents, and they didn't understand it, so they don't know this whole thing yet. They wanted us to go to a therapist, and we did, and the pet therapist prescribed to us some medicines that we took for a while, which made us calm too, but it had a lot of side effects and really didn't help the time traveling thing, because we did travel through time a few times during that medicine thing, and nobody believed us. So I wouldn't suggest telling anybody. Just keep this with yourself, this recording, and keep the recorder, because it has unlimited recording capabilities, so you can record it any time zone you are in, and then just in case whenever you travel you might forget some things, and then you can play it back and listen to yourself. That's what I'm doing right now for you. So far we haven't traveled that much. We traveled to, it just depends. Sometimes it feels like you can't really control this thing. I try to control it, but it doesn't work when I'm prepared to travel. And when I'm thinking about specific time period, it doesn't work. It didn't work. Just because maybe the mind state is too calm for it to ever work. So you need a trigger or something, or a danger, physical harm. I'm not sure. So a few times it happened is because when I was in immediate danger, something's about to fall on my head or something, I would immediately trigger and go to a different time zone and different place also. So so that's what is going on to you right now. I would suggest you to wear for us to wear something simple. Probably avoid something too drastic, like mini skirts, just in case you go back to the time where it was not 1951, I don't know, 1800s or something. I mean, if you go back all the way there, you couldn't really, there's nothing you can wear to make it okay, Try to wear something very, very, very neutral. Don't want to stand out. Right now, for my preference, I would wear a t-shirt and a jeans pant, or just a pant. And if you're wearing skirt, you can try wearing a long skirt, right? So it's try to not to stand out, or long enough or something. And okay. Yes, so when we travel through time, we just cannot control where we're going to. That's what I have explained before, and yeah. So we are currently at our home in New York. It seems to be our coming back time, like wherever we, I don't know, like it's our like a dock place whenever we transport to time and place. And when we're coming back, we just know we're coming back to our home in New York 2020. And yeah, back to our present timeline. And in our study area of our one bedroom, yeah. So today, if you were to get transported to a different place and time, and if you were to come back, well, look at the journal, because a few things to do today, or like next few days. You have some family commitments you have to attend to. You do the online business, so it's not very affecting your business. It just runs on its own, so you don't really need to do much. If you want to look into that. It's inside your computer, by the way. The password of the computer is just you put your finger there and you could work. In the folder of inside the document, and all the password, every information is there. I made the whole thing, I think, a few years ago. Yeah. So I think we have to go into a very detail of the most important thing that you need to know when we need to know when we're traveling. It seems like it's dangerous. So we noticed that somebody was following us a few years ago. I think 2 years ago. First time we saw the person following us was 2 years ago. So they didn't follow us for, I'm not sure, I don't think so, for a very long time, since we were 18, traveling so long. 2 years ago, first time we saw the person was in Italy, 2031. 2031 in Italy was very bright. It was white. It was very glossy looking, and people were wearing some type of white and very, very light fabrics. And we noticed him because he was wearing a black clothes, like a black shirt and black pants, and we were wearing black t-shirt and jeans. So we stood out, and so we saw the person. So funny thing is that when you look at their faces, you don't really, I don't know why we can't see the person that is following us. Their face is just strange and blurry, but people don't seem to notice his face at all. It's very weird, because when you look at that person, the face is blurred. I don't know. So the only reason we noticed the person was they were wearing black clothes, just like me. So so they were actually heading towards us, and we were frightened because we saw the face. It was blurred, and we couldn't recognize any nose or mouth or eyes at all. So we freaked out, and we ran the other way, because he was starting to run when we started running, and so we ran from him, and that's what happened the first time. And we actually stayed in Italy in 2031 for like a few days, really. I don't know why we didn't transport when we ran, because it apparently was a physical danger. People were following us with some kind of intention. So we ran, and they followed us, ran, and we actually managed to find a place to hide from them, and they could just they went away. We stayed there a few days. I don't know how we managed to stay without drinking water and food, but we managed to stay a few days and came back to our New York apartment after that, and we decided to write it down in our diary. It's inside the computer too, but it's inside the folder saved thing. Back up. Okay, so yes, okay. Right, so that's the first time we saw, and they've been following us for like 2 years. Means not every time we transport, but every time that sometimes when we transport, we would see him around after a while that we've been there. I don't know what he wants with us, but he seems to be very dangerous, and he seems to be quite desperate, following us and trying to like grab us. Nothing good could come out of that, and he didn't seem to talk at all. So because there's no mouth, and so we're trying to get away from. The last few times they tried to use some type of a weapon. I don't know, it's maybe like a taser, electric taser or something, but just be careful, keep on running, and try to find a safe place, and try to think about our home in New York, so you'll go back to the home, hopefully. So so let's think about last few times. Within the 2 years, I've been traveling for about many times in the month. I would say about almost daily, once daily. So many times we've been traveling, but we try to stay very hidden. That's why don't talk to anybody, don't tell anything to anybody. Sometimes we talk. A few times we went back and talked a little, so that the people there on that timeline got a little confused with our language, with the way we talked, and that was a big point that it was very strange for them. So we got found out, I think, that we had to run very fast, where they tried to catch us also. Right, okay, so last 2 years we have seen the man for I think about 50% of the time, but I feel like they're more in tune with me now, because I have been seeing the guy for quite frequently, like more than 50% of the time when I travel. I keep seeing that, but the more I stay in that traveled place, the longer I stay in that travel place, the more likely I think is for them to come and find me. I don't know how they're looking for me, finding me, but I've been trying to find my own self from all this time traveling, but so far there's nothing seemed to stand out, and all sorts of it's just nonsense on the internet. It's not out there. Nobody's tracking me at this point, except for that guy, for that man with no face. Yeah, so the last time we went to China in 1996 in Beijing. Luckily we were just wearing our normal clothes, t-shirt and jeans, so we didn't stand out. 1996, pretty plain, pretty okay, but we don't speak Chinese, so we were a bit lost, I would say. So we stayed there for a few hours until we saw the guy, the man with no face. If I were to name the person, I would say name man with no face, came at us. I don't know, they seem to just wear black clothes all the time, so they found us, and we ran through a Beijing marketplace area, which I don't know where it is. They were all speaking in Chinese. I was trying to run away. They found us, and through the market we tried to lose them, and this time they actually tried to almost reach us, actually. So I need us to exercise daily so that we will be, yeah. So we have in New York, we have boxing classes almost every other day, and I want we want to go there, really. We want to keep on learning our boxing abilities, and keep on doing the treadmill. At this point, we are running. We are running on the treadmill every day, non-stop. I mean, non-stop is in every day, 40 minutes at least, and we want to achieve the 6 kilometer 40-minute challenge every day, so that we will have better physical ability to run, and also keep ourselves from getting caught by anything or anybody. We don't seem to be able to bring any weapons back, because whenever we're transported, it's just when we're vulnerable. But we try to bring our phones and our things. Definitely our recorder is always around with us, inside our clothes. Yeah. So that's when was the last time we saw the man with no face. So we were in Beijing for, I think, 3 hours. Yeah, so we spent about 1 hour. We spent 1 hour there. Yeah, 1 hour there in the market, walking around. Then after that, we got. That's when they tracked us. Yeah, 1 hour was the limit last time. We are really kind of, I would say, not very scared, but we are very concerned to being able to be traced that fast, because it's getting the more and more closer to our travel, when we transport, and then 1 hour later we get found out and we start running. That's just our routine these days. And the last time he didn't have the taser, so it was easier. But when he has the taser, you have to obviously you have to duck and run, just duck and run. So that's what happens. 2 hours I spent running. And finally, when I ran away from a salesperson in Beijing, I accidentally knocked his merchandise things, and the van was running after me. So, but the salesperson was running after me also. So I don't know. That's maybe what triggered me. When I turned the corner, I vibrated and shivered, and then poof, another moment, I'm standing still in our New York apartment in what am I saying? 2020 New York. That was yesterday. Today I don't seem like going to be traveling soon, but just keep this recording with yourself. I'm hungry now. We're gonna eat something, but good luck, and bring all the things with yourself. We recently purchased some gun, but it's those electric guns that is around. It's the one that is like a taser, but like a electric one, you know. So we have it in the drawer, but we want to keep it in our jean pocket. Okay, so keep it in your jean pocket now, and good luck. Keep this recording. Remember to keep this recording all the time. Right. Okay, remember, always stay safe, stay hidden, don't say anything to anybody, always wear the normal clothes, always keep the electric gun, and also recording with yourself. Alright, good luck.